Hello and welcome to Tiny Marketing. I'm Sarah Noel Block and I teach small marketing departments that are tired of feeling overwhelmed and under-resourced how to build and manage an effective and efficient marketing strategy that works for them. You get expert marketing advice from someone who's been there, done that. Get ready, it's time to dig in.
Hey friends, it is Sarah Noel Block, the founder of Tiny Marketing, and today I'm going to chat with you about how to get those content ideas. In our last episode, we talked about the importance of content planning and how you can create the most amount of content, how you can show up for your audience without that content overwhelm. But we didn't get into the juice of it. We did not get into how to find those content ideas. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Super exciting stuff. First, we're going to talk about a lovely tool called BuzzSumo. So in BuzzSumo, you can go to it and I think they have a freemium option. But what I would go to first is generate ideas from our index of 8 billion pieces of content. Go to that section. And it's straight on the home. And what you do is you search a topic, a keyword. Let's say you're really targeting SEO and ranking in organic search. If you're doing that, you probably have a list of words that you're trying to rank for. Go through that list of words and take them and go to the Generate Ideas section. So when you do that, I'm just going to listen to my typing. I'm doing this live. All right, so I searched content marketing. And what it will do for me is it will show me related topics. So these topics can be part of a hub and spoke strategy. And hub and spoke is basically, think of hubs as actual hubs. It is a location where you have a large scale guide. Think of it like a book, and then your spokes are chapters. So chapters would be subtopics within that hub. So when you go to the content ideas generator and you put in your keyword that you're looking for, it'll show you the week's top trending stories. This will give you a good idea about what people care about right now. So as I go into that, I see automation. I see a lot about content marketing automation tools. I see information about video marketing, and I see AI. So that gives me a great idea about what people are wanting to know about right now. And I can use that as a jumping off point to figure out what my next piece of content will be. Now, as you keep going, you can go to more content ideas, but it'll show you the top engaged with content too. So look at what is being engaged with and where it's being engaged. So a couple things that you can do with this is, one, you can see what publishers are getting the most engaged content within your content themes, let's say, and make a list of them. This is a great list of places that you could be guest posting or being a reoccurring writer for them. So what comes up for content marketing is Search Engine Journal, Content Marketing Institute, Entrepreneur. Those were the top 3 most shared articles were from those publications. So I'm going to put those on my list of places that I should potentially pitch. Okay, next, you'll see popular keywords this month. This will give you great ideas of what kind of content people are interested in right now. So types of content marketing strategy, examples, those are trending a lot over the past 12 months and especially during this week. Next, what questions are being asked online? This is really good because it's a lot of people, when they go to Google, they're asking a question, right? You go to Google, your BFF that knows everything, and you ask a question about the problem that you're having. These This area will show you exactly what questions are being asked on your topic. It includes a word cloud, so you know how often they're being talked about. And it will search Wikipedia, Quora, and Reddit to see what people are talking about in forums. Okay, next, you can see what types of content your audience prefers. The people who are searching for content marketing, what do they prefer? So for this particular search, we'll keep with our content marketing theme. We see why blog posts are doing the best right now. And it shows us everything from, podcasts to videos to what kind of graphics do really well. But what's doing best for content marketing is written content. And it even shows us what word count does best. For this, it happens to be between 2,000 and 3,000 words. BuzzSumo will also show you what channels are getting the best distribution and engagement. So Facebook and Twitter were the best for this. And then what day is best to publish? And for content marketing, it was Wednesdays. So BuzzSumo is an awesome source when you are doing your content planning. I love it. Next, we're going to talk about Answer the Public. So Answer the Public is a tool that takes all of those little forums where people are talking about their problems and aggregates it for us. So Neil Patel just bought it, and it's part of Ubersuggest now, which is pretty awesome. But basically what you can do is you can put in a topic just like you do in BuzzSumo, and you take it and find out what questions people are asking about it. So I am going to do that right now. We're going to go to keyword visualization, and we'll put in content marketing again. So when you go to keyword visualization, then you will get all of those little questions that are being asked online. And you can look at it as a mind map, but that just blows my brain. I don't like looking at mind maps. So I do it in data form. And you can see what, why, what, how, when, which, who, and is questions are being asked on the topic. So I'll just give you one, why content marketing is important. So Answer the Public is another great option for figuring out what content marketing you should be creating right now. When you're doing your content plan, the place to go. Next, if you have an SEO tool, I love going to that to figure out what is my low-hanging fruit. What content can I create today that might get me ranking tomorrow? So I use Ubersuggest for my own. And if you have a Ubersuggest account, then you have a dashboard. And it gives you your low-hanging fruit right there on the top. It has a top SEO opportunities section. So when you go to that, it'll show you what articles you can create that will get you ranking on Google really fast. And it's not lying. Recently, I worked with SEMrush on a Twitter thread, and I talked about how I beat HubSpot in the SERP. And this is how. Ubersuggest showed me it gave me a topic that I should write about and said that I would rank really quickly for it. So I did, and they were not lying. I did rank super quickly. So use your SEO tool and find out what that low-hanging fruit is and what you can rank quickly on. My most recent discovery calls have all been people who just were Googling about content marketing and found me on there because SEO is awesome. Okay. And the last tool that I'm going to talk about when it comes to content planning is your sales calls. Your sales calls are a great resource for figuring out what you should be talking about. I use Google. Tiny Marketing is a Google company. So what I do is I record all of my sales calls and I download the transcripts of them so I can quickly scan through those transcripts and find what questions I'm being asked most often. In the moment, you're not thinking about the questions you're being asked, you're just answering them. But when you can go back and look at those transcripts, scan through them, highlight them, it's an easy way to figure out exactly what your audience wants to know. And that should definitely be part of your content plan. My advice for you is to create a quarterly content plan so you have your schedule set for the entire quarter. It's agile enough that if things move around and some big life event happens, you can adjust to it, but it's planned enough that you're not flying by the seat of your pants. You know what content you're going to be creating. You can schedule it and build a process around it, including repurposing. So in our last episode, I talked about how you can create 64 pieces of content from one interview, and that is where I would suggest you start. Start with creating that one piece of core content each quarter and repurpose it so it feeds your channels for an entire quarter. 64 pieces from 1 hour. That's a good idea. But how you can do that is start with the content plan. Start with BuzzSumo. Start with Answer the Public, your SEO tools, your frequently asked questions, and let that be the base of whatever your core content is. And remember that repurposing is not reposting. You are not just regurgitating things that you have said before. You're creating new content from the base that you've created, that core piece of content. So it's not you just repeating yourself all quarter. It is you driving value and giving information in new and different ways and helping your audience the best that you can without burning yourself out. You can do this. You can consistently show up for your audience and drive value for them, build trust with them, and grow your audience. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are rock stars, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. Thank you. Here is a special note from my son, Dean.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you for joining Tiny Marketing. I help tiny marketing departments create consistent content that builds trust with their audience. Book done for you content marketing at sarahnoelblock.com. Don't forget to follow the podcast on your favorite podcast app. And if you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn, make sure to hit the subscribe or follow button. See you next time, friends.